Coach, you got some extra time watching your players on the floor on Saturday in 2 overtimes. First contest, I guess from the coaching standpoint, it's probably not important. The wins, loss is not important, but just to see your players on the court, kind of talk about what you saw out there on the court.
Right. Obviously, we're competing. We're competitive. We want to try to win every game, but that's not the point of exhibitions. We tried to practice some different components within our game. We played a little man, a little zone, and against a team that can really shoot the ball like OIT. We wouldn't normally play that much zone, so they ended up making us pay. And so, but that's kind of the point of it is see what you need to work on, and we were able to watch film and talk with the team, and there's just so many new components, both players on our team and the things that we're running, and it's just going to take time, and we're going to be a lot better in this weekend and then in the weekends to come. And so it's nice to play somebody else to have a little check-in to see what's going on and see what we need to work on.
How did last week you're telling us about the new offense and doing that on Saturday? Danielle said there's some hiccups. Talk about what you saw with that.
There's a few parts of our offense that we're going to tweak just to make people on the same page to try to eliminate some of those turnovers. We had some real bad turnovers late in the game, and a lot of it's just indecision on both parts, on the passer and on the cutter. And so we're just going to tweak some things and try to get people playing more together. And again, the longer they play together, and then you'll kind of be able to read each other a little bit more as well.
Obviously, you guys are excited to play some Division I opponents. Starting with Davis, and Danielle said, "Hey, in the depot they were looking at Davis stats." But how excited are you guys for facing these opponents?
It's always fun. It's the experience of going into these venues and playing up against some top competition is great. It's exciting for our team. We know it's going to be tough. They're going to be very physical. They're going to be big. I think they are going to just help us get ready for the coming week when we play Western Washington and Seattle Pacific, and then into our conference. And so we're excited to go down there, and having been to UC Davis as a former athlete, it's always exciting to go back there and play in a place that really supports women's basketball.
I'll ask you this question. Some of the teams this year, they've had to go through injuries, football, men's basketball. You can't, prevent things, but from the coaching standpoint, do you do anything differently just to hey, maybe we shouldn't do this just to stay healthy going into the season?
You do. You worry all the time about should we do, charge drills, and we've had people get hurt in those drills, and should we do, some different types of things. You always try to do rebounding drills, and it just seems like they get ultra competitive and physical, and so you kind of modify things. I think most of the time people just, you can't help it when people get injured. And then, it's the worst, one of the worst things as far as a coach, because it's out of your control. And so, we do some things to modify it, but ultimately you have to practice and play games, so those things kind of happen.
Were there any players that kind of stood out for you on Saturday, either returners or maybe some of the new players that came in?
I thought we had a lot of balance on Saturday, which was nice. We had multiple people scoring in double digits. That happens when you have double overtimes, but I think we had 5, maybe 6 that scored in double digits. And as far as the returners that came back, I thought Kelly Kime really tried to initiate herself. That's what we need her to do. We need her to not be a facilitator. She needs to try to be a go-to person, be somebody that we're looking to score. I thought Danielle Gomer and Jane Tui came in, and either of those two could just as easily start. And so they came in and provided some excellent depth, and they're both competitive, and they did a nice job. And then returners, Megan Shields had a great inside-out game, and is just a physical presence for us. And then Kirsty Wilcox did a great job at the point, and she didn't have her best game, but she just moves the ball and finds people and gets people the ball when they're open at the right time, which is obviously a great attribute for a point guard.
Great. Thank you, Joe.